to be talking to Josh Sigler, the head coach of the United Girls. Coach, how we doing?
Hey guys, how we going?
We're doing good. We're happy to have you on.
Well, Coach, first and foremost, we know what this EOAC is going to hold this year, as it's going to be an exciting year. Looking at it, too, we know every team's kind of lost a little bit, but every team's kind of bringing back some talent. And looking at that, we know you guys are obviously worth mentioning always with the EOAC, and that's credit to what you've been able to do over there. But talking about your team, what are some big names that you're bringing back this year and some of those younger players that you expect to have an impact at some point this season?
We're pretty fortunate to bringing back quite a few athletes on our team. I'll start with senior Savannah Burton. She is a pretty tough individual. She's a great rebounder and really good on defense. We have some really great core of juniors with Madison Kidler, Taylor Cope, Mickey Shastine, who are all looking to build off of experience from last year. And then we have another junior, Chloe Cooper, who's looking to slide in and get some minutes at the varsity level as well. Then we have a nice core of sophomores, too, with Grace Knight, Grayson Kidder, Addie Blazer, Sam Lippiett, who have all had varsity experience last year, and then add a couple new ones with Katie Dees and Maddie Zines. So we're looking at all of those names right there that contributed last year in either the JV form or at the varsity level for us. And we're looking to really fill some shoes that we lost a couple players from last year and keep building on momentum that we had.
Coach, when we look at United and we look at some of the things that they're able to do, especially last year and compared to this year, what kind of things do you think when you look at this team you want to really build off of what you did last year and improve on from what you did last year?
Well, I think we want to build off of a lot of momentum that we had last year. We ended our season pretty strong. We had a nice winning streak of 9-10 games and right in the middle of our season. And we did that with a lot of younger players. We only had 2 seniors on the team and 1 junior at the time. And we weren't expected to do a lot of things last year. And what we did was we just kind of gotten better. It got better and got better. And I'm going to think we kind of snuck up on some people last year that didn't really think that we had a chance to make some noise. And when we did, we really started gaining confidence within ourselves, gaining confidence within the system, and trusting each other, trusting the coaches. And so we started really, really coming together as a team. And we carried that into the end of the season and into the playoff run, which we had a really good game with Brookfield. So hopefully we're going to continue off of a lot of that momentum and build on the confidence and trust within each other and keep moving forward. And hopefully we won't have to surprise a whole lot of people this year. Hopefully people will be looking for us more in the future.
Talking about this EOAC and navigate through it with us for us a little bit too, knowing that there's going to be so many teams competitive, so many teams that can be fighting for a piece of the crown. What does that kind of bring mentality-wise to the team going into each and every game, knowing that this is going to probably be a knock them down, drag them out kind of a matchup?
Well, I think the EOAC is a lot different than it was last year. I think, for one, there's a lot of players that graduated within the EOAC that had a ton of experience. You're talking Grace Whitmer from Columbiana. You're talking Gil from Valley. You're talking the 3, 4, 5 girls at East Palestine and the 2 that we had, and Newtonia had some. And so there's a lot of players that left. So that opened up a door for a lot of teams now to start entering with younger players. And the league got considerably younger. I mean, I look at Lisbon and I look at Columbiana, even Valley. They're all going to be playing younger kids, and they're all going to have skill. And that's what's going to make it wide open for everyone. And for us, we're still young too. I mean, we still have a lot of sophomores that are going to be playing a lot of minutes. So I think it's going to be which team or teams mature quicker and which teams buy into their system, and ultimately what teams really stay healthy throughout the year, because we're still dealing with a pandemic right now. I know I'm dealing with it on my team. I got a couple injuries. I got 1 in quarantine. So it's going to be a lot of the maturity factor, health, and who's ready to perform each and every night.
Coach, I know you also put together a very strong non-conference schedule. Talk about some of the teams that pop up on your schedule that aren't in the EOAC and how much you think they're going to prepare you for the end of the season come tournament time.
Well, it's funny you say that, Anthony. We've been talking all off season about that. You know, we really started with our scrimmage schedule this year and really bumped it up. We went with a lot of D2 and D3 schools. We started with Champion and Canton South. We moving on to East Liverpool and Boardman. We got Fairless and Ravenna Southeast on the schedule, Indian Creek and South Range, who we're going to visit tonight. So we're really starting strong with our scrimmage schedule. We really want to pump that up and keep moving forward. And then within the season, you know, our home opener, was with Jackson Milton. I mean, that's a tough way to start the season. They're a 15-win team from last year. We move on to St. Thomas and Springfield, and Poland, Crestview, Salem, Ursuline are all on the schedule this year, and we finished with Beaver Local. So our focus really was to what can we do to better prepare our girls for our league and moving into the tournament. We wanted to really move forward with D2 and D3 schools and get some of those schools that are in our district on our schedule too, to really get their attention and see what we're all about as a team and a program.
And
I gotta say, I'll say something real quick, then Ty can answer the question. I'm sorry about that. I don't have all the EOAC schedules in front of me, but when I see those teams that you just said, that might be the toughest on-conference schedule in the EOAC. Just putting that out there.
It's out there. I mean, there's a lot. You're exactly right. But we did that on purpose again. So, and we have there's a gauntlet where we play Crestview, Salem, Poland, Springfield, all within 4 games of each other. So it's here we go. So, I mean, are we going to win them all? No, we know that. But the point is we want to learn to compete, and we need to compete with those bigger schools in order to get to that upper echelon of where we want to be.
Everyone gets in, right? So
that's it.
We all know, too, Coach, that especially with younger players, you mentioned the sophomores and a good junior class coming in. That junior class especially is always intriguing to me because I feel like you find a lot of growth from that sophomore to junior year, especially from the summer. What are you seeing from a lot of your juniors and a lot of your younger players overall with the summer work and how they came in this year and how that growth has looked?
Well, we had 2 sophomores that got a considerable amount of time last year, and Maddie Kidler and Taylor Cope. One is a nice point guard. One is our center. So for them to mature and grow last year, it was big. And then they moved into the summer and they really started taking on, all right, I'm a junior now. It's time for me to really start moving forward. And they did that. And now they've got a nice group of sophomores to go with them. And they really, really rely on each other and they really work together. I got two good kids in Maddie Kibler and Addie Blazer who are picking up the slack for a Destiny Hill who graduated last year, our point guard. And it's a big hole to fill. She was a 4-year starter for us. And those 2 haven't blinked an eye. Those 2 have taken the ball. They've gone with it. They run our offense. They run our team. They've done a really nice job. And I got 2 good shooters on the outside with Grace Knight, Grayson Kidder, who really can shoot the basketball. And Sam Lippiett, who's another sophomore, she's just to get down and dirty guard. So I got a nice group that are starting to mature and they're trying to mature as a team. But at the same time, they were all there this summer. They didn't miss a day. Our turnout this summer was fantastic. We went to shootouts at Mount Union. We had a nice summer league at West Branch playing better competition. So I couldn't have been happier with the whole group being there, being dedicated, and they have been every day at practice so far too. They really have some goals for themselves and they're really trying to achieve those.
I'll tell you, Coach, last year, Madison Kidler was one of my favorite players to watch, and I call some of your games. Just one of the energy and the wheels just never stop with that kid.
Yeah, I agree. She works hard. Basketball is her passion, that's for sure, and she is nonstop with it.
This is something that you and I have talked about off the air when we're at games, and you look around United's gym and you see really quickly the tradition of the girls basketball program and the success they've had. And you guys kind of put the first blocks of getting back to there last year. How special is it to you, who has been with this program for a while, been around this program for a while, to kind of get this program back to what the success it used to have?
It's special. I mean, I was blessed to be a part of those special teams back in the 2013, 2014 seasons, and being around and coaching against Roger Ziegler when he was there. It is special to see all that and think about those memories and think about what it means to put those numbers on the wall and see those trophies in the cases. You know, these girls are so far removed from that They were so young in elementary school when all that stuff even happened. So to really revisit that and show them how important it is, what it means to the school, what it means to community, you have to reiterate what it feels like. And I've talked a lot of times with our assistants, and we've talked about what it felt for us to be there and do that. And we've had to reiterate to them because in ultimately they haven't had a whole lot of high school success when it comes to winning those championships. You know, they can win a championship in middle school, and that means something, or at the younger levels. That does mean something at the time. But as time goes on, those memories kind of wash away. Those high school memories stay because that is a number now on the wall. So we have to get back to that, and we have to make sure that they understand that. And our kids have. They've really grasped that. They want that more than anything. So it all depends on them and how hard they're working and how hard they can look at each opponent in front of them.
We also know, though, Coach, that, I mean, the girls are able to take it as far as the culture that the coach has been able to implement at the school. So in saying that, when we ask your girls, or when we ask your players of former years what it means to play for United, what it means to be a Lady Eagle, what would you hope they would say?
Well, coming from the United community, I hope they say work hard, because that is expected of them from home. A lot of these girls are in 4-H. They have animals that they work with day in and day out. They have farm chores in the morning or in the evening. So they understand what it means to dedicate themselves and to work hard. Also, and we stress what it means to be accountable and responsible. You know, accountability and responsibility are a way of life that they have to understand and do those things. And these kids are. I mean, they know that they're accountable by going to school every day. They're accountable by doing their homework every day, being on time at practice every day. They understand what that process is. And we are really hard on them and make them certain that they do understand what it means. But at the same time, we also want them to enjoy their high school experience. I'm really big on that. You're in high school once. We want them to do the things in high school and enjoy the process of being in high school and enjoy the process of growing up.
Coach, before we let you go, I want to give you the chance to highlight your coaching staff, your assistants, and the people that are in this program that kind of make it what it is.
Yeah. At the high school level, I have my assistant is Corey Leak, and my other assistant is his dad, Terry Leak. I'm pretty lucky to have both those guys. They have a ton of high school basketball experience. The three of us really get along, and we work together. We talk together. We talk at each other all day, even outside the basketball court. I have two good middle school coaches in Luke Williams and Todd Charchette. And I'm really fortunate to have a good group of 4th, 5th, and 6th grade coaches that help out with those girls in the evenings when we're not there and keep our tradition going and understanding that basketball is fun and we want that interest there.
Obviously, the excitement is in and throughout the United community, what they were able to do in football season, having that success, getting that community support back. So going into now basketball season, how excited are you, and how good do you think it's going to be for the Hanoverton community to have girls and boys basketball back to be in attendance for during the winter?
I'm glad you asked that question. I really am, because last year, you know, like every coach has said, we were unfortunate to have fans other than our parents or our grandparents be there, and thankful for you guys we were able to see it on TV or on our computers. But now to be able to have that crowd there is going to be something special. Earlier when I said we built momentum at the end of the year, we had a big game against East Palestine last year where our fans went absolutely crazy. From that day, they set the culture of what it meant to be a fan at the game, and we talked about it at our banquet, what it meant to be in those stands and what it means to when our team comes on the floor. And we're trying to carry that culture on now. Our parents right now are starting to organize some of the most unique things for these kids when they step on the floor. They're organizing what it means to have the student section there and have themes and things like that. So we are really excited to be able to have people come to the games. I think selling it to the fans isn't going to be a problem. I think they're going to be there. We see on Friday nights, they're there for the boys' games. I think they're going to be there for the girls' games too on Mondays and Thursdays, because that culture is going to be set, and these kids are so excited to play, and I think the fans are going to be so excited to be there, be a part of some good basketball and just be back a part of the United community.
We're so excited for the start of the season. We're so excited to cover you guys all season. And we know that we'll be talking to you again real soon as the year goes on.
Hey, I appreciate it. And go Eagles. I can't wait to see you guys in person. Hey, Anthony, I want to let you know too. I know you were on us last year about getting some new threads.
Yes.
So it's in the process, my friend. So we're going to have some new threads this year. So they look pretty good. We're just waiting on some customs issues with the border. So hopefully they'll be here soon and you'll be able to see them.
Yes, that is exciting.
There you go, man.
Coach, thank you so much for joining us. And I'm sure we will be talking to you again real soon.
Anytime. Thank you guys very again.